So, here I am again, playing more games, doing more things. Yes. Now, not much is going on right now, besides the typical still recovering, but that is what it is. So, yes, I'm gonna get into it. Mainly just gonna be playing private multiplayer matches and stuff, because that is the kind of StarCraft that I do enjoy. So, besides that, please sit back, relax, and again, as I said in the description, if you want to say something, talk to me, go ahead. I'll probably respond. Perhaps not right away, but I will respond. So, do not worry about that one too much. And, yes, sit back and enjoy.
Reporting for duty. Orders received. Right away, sir. SCV good to go, sir.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
SCV good to go, sir. SCV good to go, sir. SCV good to go, sir. Roger that. Orders received. Roger that. Affirmative. piece of me, boy. Jacked up and good to go. Let's move. Standing by. SCV, give me something to shoot. Orders, Captain? Job finished. SCV, good to go, sir. I read you. Orders received. Job finished. Reporting for duty. Yes, job finished. Right away, sir. SCV, good to go, sir. Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Roger that. SCV, good to go, sir. You want a piece of me, boy? Reporting for duty. Roger that. Orders received. Right away, sir. Job's finished. Commander, give me something to shoot. Job's finished. Job's finished. Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Orders received. I read you. Commander, go, go, go.
Not enough minerals.
Job's finished. Job's finished. Orders, Captain? You want a piece of me, boy? Roger that. Right away, sir. Orders received. Standing by. I read you. Right away, sir. Jacked up and good to go. Rock and roll. Let's move. Outstanding. Rock and roll. Yes, sir. Orders received. Jacked up and good to go. Give me something to shoot. Go, go, go. Reporting for duty. Affirmative. Roger that. Give me something to shoot. Let's move. Give me something to shoot. Job, I read you. Jacked up and good to go. Give me something to shoot. Let's move. Yes, sir. Roger that. Job's finished. Standing by. Yes, sir. Standing by. Reporting for duty. Standing by. Go, go, go.
Add-on
Give me
complete.
something to shoot. Rock and roll. Standing by. Jacked up and good to go. Standing by. Job's finished. Reporting for duty.
Upgrade complete.
Reporting for duty.
Upgrade complete.
Yes, sir. Job's finished.
Upgrade
Right away, sir.
complete.
Ready to roll out. Reporting for duty. Orders received. Affirmative.
Research complete.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Standing by. Yes, sir. Standing by. Ready to roll out. Orders, Captain. Identify target. Move it. Job finished. Yes, sir. Job finished. Report for duty.
Not enough minerals.
Reporting for duty. Job's finished. Ready to roll out.
Not enough
Identify
minerals.
target. Proceed. Want a piece of me, boy? Delighted to, sir. Absolutely. SCV good to go, sir. SCV good to go, sir. SCV good to go, sir. Identify target. Delighted to, sir. Absolutely. Job finished. Reporting for duty. Roger that. Orders, Captain. I read you. Reporting for duty. I read you. I can't build it. Something's in the
Add-on
way.
complete.
Affirmative. Job finished.
Not enough minerals.
Job finished.
Not enough minerals.
Reporting for duty. Orders received.
Not enough minerals.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Job's finished. Reporting for duty. SCV good to go, sir. SCV good to go,
Not
sir.
enough minerals.
Commander, ready to roll out. Go, go, go. Ready to roll out. Give me some of this shoot. Rock and roll. Let's move. You want a piece of me, boy? You want a piece of me, boy? Yes, sir. Destination. Identity, sir. Reporting for duty. Identify target. Absolutely. Delighted to, sir. Right away, sir.
Add-on complete.
Yes, sir. Move it. Delighted to, sir. Move it. Delighted to, sir.
Insufficient Vespine gas.
Orders, Captain? Identify target. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Identify target. Orders, sir. Identify target. Delighted to, sir. Absolutely. Ready to roll out. Delighted to, sir. Move it. Proceeding. Destination. Reporting for duty. Yes, sir. Jacked up and good to go. Go, go, go. Orders, Captain? Right away, sir. Job's finished. Yes, sir. Proceeding. Move it. Yes, sir. Destination. Proceeding. Move it. Delighted to, sir.
complete.
Commander, outstanding. Rock and roll. I read you. I can't build there. Job finished. Report for duty. You want a piece of me, boy? You want a piece of me, boy? Yes, sir. Job's finished. I read you. You want a piece of me, boy? You want a piece of me, boy? Orders, Captain. Job's finished. Ready to roll out. Job's finished. I read you. Job's you want finished. A piece of me, boy? Yes, sir. You want a piece of me, boy? Commander. Let's move. Identify target. Move it. Orders, sir. Move you want a piece of me, boy? Orders, you want sir. A piece of me, boy? Yes, sir. Orders received. Job's finished. You want a piece of me, boy? You want a piece of me, boy? I read you. Right away, sir. Yes, sir.
Upgrade complete.
Orders
Upgrade
received.
complete.
Yes, sir. Orders, Captain. Report for duty. SCP good to go, sir. Yes, sir. Roger that. Give me some of this shoe. Jacked up and good to go. Give me some of this shoe. Let's move. Jacked up and good to go. You want a piece of me, boy? You want a piece of me, boy? Give me some of this shoe. Outstanding. Rock and roll. Jacked up and good to go. Commander. Let's move.
Upgrade complete.
You want a piece of me, boy? 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 I read you.
Not enough minerals. Add-on complete.
SCP good to go, sir. You want a piece of me, boy? You want a piece of me, boy? Goliath online. Goliath
Additional
online.
supply depots required.
Report for duty. I read you. Affirmative. You want a piece of me, boy? You want a piece of me, boy? Right away, sir. Yes, sir. Orders received. Job finished. Report for duty. Affirmative. Goliath online. Orders, Captain. Job finished. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Job finished. Orders, Captain. Right away, sir. Affirmative. Report for duty.
Add-on complete.
Goliath online. Job finished. Orders, Captain. Job reporting for duty. Right away, sir. Orders, Captain. Affirmative. Jacked up and good to go. Go, go, go. Standing by. Commander. Rock and roll. Job's finished. Job's finished. Job's finished.
Channel open. Acknowledged, HQ. Navcom locked.
Commander, let's move. I read you.
Not enough minerals. Upgrade complete.
You want a piece of me, boy? You want a piece of me, boy?
Add-on complete.
Checked
Upgrade
up and good to
complete.
go. Let's move. Commander, let's move. Checked up and good to go. You want a piece of me, boy? Go, go, go. Checked up and good to go.
Comlink online. Goliath online. Target designated.
Standing by. You want a piece of me, boy? Checked up and good to
Your
go.
forces are under
Rock
attack.
and roll.
Your forces are under attack.
Confirmed.
Your forces are under
Rock
attack.
and roll. You want a piece of me, boy? Let's move.
Channel open.
Upgrade complete. Forces are under attack.
Outstanding. Go, go, go. Rock and roll. Go, go, go.
Comlink online. Channel open. Target designated.
Your forces are
Standing
under
by.
attack.
Let's move. Outstanding. Let's move. Standing by. Let's move. Go, go,
Your
go.
forces are under attack.
Give me something to shoot. Outstanding. Commander, let's move.
Comlink online.
Standing by. Rock and roll.
Your forces are under attack.
Identify target. Orders, sir. Yes, sir. Identify target. Yes, sir. Orders, sir.
Your forces are under attack.
Proceeding. Checked up and good to go. Rock and roll, Commander.
Go ahead, TACOM. Acknowledged, HQ.
Commander, go, go, go.
Comlink online.
Commander, let's move. Outstanding. Rock and roll. Checked up and good to go.
Go ahead, TACOM. Comlink online.
Your forces are under attack.
Checked up and good to go. Give me something to shoot.
Systems functional.
Checked up and good to go.
Your forces are under attack.
Orders, sir. Absolutely. Proceed. Moving.
Your forces are under attack.
Identify target.
Your forces are under attack.
Yes, sir.
Your forces are under attack.
Navcom lost.
minerals.
You want a piece of me, boy?
Comlink online.
Neutralizer.
Target designated.
Ready to roll out.
Require more minerals. Require more minerals. Require more minerals.
Skull face. My man posted his skull face. Damn. I got skull faced.
We require more minerals. We require more minerals. forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack.
Maybe this is enough for a swarm. I don't know. Is this enough for a swarm? Maybe this isn't enough. I don't know. But is this enough for a swarm? Is this the swarm? I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't think this is enough for a swarm. Come on. I think I need more. I think I need more. Come on, bro. Come on. I need more. I need the nay on that bot. Come on. Clearly not enough. Clearly not enough. I'm lacking. I'm lacking. Not enough. I need more of that nay. Literally, I'd be willing to bet the bot at this point probably has no more resources. I mean, it has probably a shit ton of fucking units and stuff probably, but I'd be willing to bet the AI has next to nothing over there right now, like in terms of resources. Because this map's very, very resource low. Like once when you tap it, you've basically tapped it. That's about it. It goes pretty damn quickly. More units, yeah? More units. That's what I mean. More units. We require more units. More. Only more. Only more. Come on. Come on. We're doing the swarm. We are the swarm. We have to do the StarCraft. StarCraft. This is the StarCraft, is it not? The StarCraft swarm? Hey. I'll start piling these boys up first. That way I can actually get them all going above the same time. It's a little easier to go and send them all in if they're all grouped up already for it. Get the overloads out of the way because I'm just dealing with Terrans. I don't really need to deal with any invisible boys. And even if I do deal with a couple ghosts, chances are they're just gonna end up destroying their own crap with nukes. So I don't really need to worry about them. Besides, it's too many units for them to even handle anyways. Swarm time. Swarm time. Swarm time. Swarm time.
Our forces are under attack.
Swarm. Swarm. StarCraft 1 AI, StarCraft 1 AI. Bro. Get it? Look at it. You're playing an old level. Looks like you're playing an old level. Come on, let's go. Come on, do some damage. Do some damage. Get him. Get him. Get him. There you go. That medic. Boom. Come on. Almost got. Get him. Good job. You boys, get in there. Come on. Swarm. StarCraft 1 is like very, yes, let me just build up enough units. Goodbye. StarCraft 2 is basically the same thing. The difference between the two. StarCraft 2 has a little more ability units. So you can do a little more fancy stuff here and there, but at the end of the day, it's basically the same. The only real difference between the two is that you can't like do a mass all units go. But if StarCraft 1 had that, I do think that it would be like yes. Swarm. There we go. Game over. Wow, look at that. 20 minutes. We probably could have brought that down to like 15, maybe even fucking 13. Look at that. The 31 lost. Oh, the swarm will suffer. So great losses today. Alright, let's see here. Do I have campaign missions have I done on here? None of the original. About none of the expansion. Maybe another time then. I don't really feel like playing the fucking low-level campaign missions. I really don't. I will, however, see if my weird custom map is on here, because I did make a custom map myself. Let's see here. Let's see, is it on scenario? I don't think it's on scenario. I don't think so. No, I just clicked scenario again. The fool that I am. Let's see here. Let's see. Campaign? Nope. I saved it somewhere. I don't know where. Can't remember. Well, I'll take a second. I'm going to tab out. Oh, I'm going to actually tab out. Thank you. Let's go into my files, go over to StarCraft, and see where I put that map file. Because I know I put it somewhere. So let's see here. Maps. Save. Nope. Download it. Nope. Replay. Nope. No, I don't see why it would be replay. But nonetheless, let's see here. Or did it get deleted? Interesting. Interesting. Or did I put it onto another thing? I probably did. Interesting. Well, because I have the capabilities, because I have the technology, I can go over to my desktop real quick. Let's see here. We have technology, boys. We just need to utilize it. Alright. I'm going to close StarCraft for a hot minute here. Yes. Here we go. It's utilize technology, boys. It's utilize the technology. Boom. And you know what? I might as well change the view for this. So give me a momento. Momento, por favor. Boom. There you go. Now you should be able to see what I'm doing. Alright. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Map editor time, bro. See, if I wanted to, I could actually make like a full campaign type map, because I've done that before. But I'm not going to do that. Let's see, where was the settings? Yes. Bruh. There you go. I want... Oh, yes. I just want regular. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Platform. Boom. Alright, we're making dumbed down custom map, boys. We're gonna do the thing that I've done on my laptop like a bunch of times while I was in college. Make a dummy map where you just get a random chance at getting like a really good cache of material right beside you, and fight against a bunch of AI all at once. I'm gonna see how that goes. Long ass walkway, and then open area here because we need a funnel point for everything to go into. And then we're just gonna split it off into other little sections here. There we go. Look at that. Just like that. Just like that. Just like your mama told. Look at this. Dummy map. Don't worry about it. We have technology, gentlemen. We have technology. What is technology? Technology. That is technology. I'm gonna be honest though, maybe I have the files on here. I probably don't. Do I? No, that's just the regular. No, actually I do. Huh, interesting. I have some of my campaign here. Interesting. Well, for another time, perhaps. Alright. So, we start off with going and making a base of the base map itself. Of course, this is going to be a very dummy map, so there's next to nothing going on here. Everything's going to be on the same level. Nothing fancy is going on. Boom. Let's see here. Alright. I think perhaps maybe this is good enough. Maybe we need more. Alright. Let's see here. I don't care about terrain no more. I don't need doodles. Doodles are the fancy little things like that right there, and I don't need more of those. What I do need is neutral. I need starting positions. Starting position. Boom. I want... Actually, no, I want the resources first. That's actually what I want. Resources. Nope. Nope. Yep. I want resource 1 going boom and boom. And then I'm going to set up some Vespine mineral. I want just regular mineral chunks. Oh wait, shit. Can I change them to neutral? Are they neutral now? Yes, they are. Good, good. Right. Good. Good. Kind of important that I go and make them neutral, because they're supposed to be neutral. Alright. Now we're just gonna spam a whole bunch of minerals. Just like, boom. Just like your mama taught you. Look at that. Fancy, isn't it? Isn't it? Alright, let's go over here. Because I am going to try to play against AI. It only seems fair that I give them maybe the standard, maybe a little more than the standard amount. So we've got 4, 4, 8, maybe. Put another 8 over here. Boom. And we'll cut it off over here. Then we're gonna bada bing bada boom put some more boys over here because this is what we do. This is what we do. This is the way. Don't worry about it. This is like some really weird, janky ass, what the hell is going on here type shit. Alright. Vespine guys are there. Vespine guys are there. And we'll put the Vespine geyser at the top there. There we go. Alright. Now we lower the resources tab, get out starting locations. We don't want a neutral starting location. We want a player 1, a player 2, boom, a player 3, boom, and player 4. Boom. Alright, there we go. Just like that. This is basically a map. This is pretty much, technically, all you need. You don't need briefing triggers. Yep, everything would be set up on default. At least with this editor, it defaults a standard PvP map. Properties, forces. Doing some loading. Oh no! Don't crash on me. There we go. Yeah, I don't really need, like, you don't really need to mess with anything. The only thing I think I do need to mess with is user select. Map title. There we go. Yeah, I don't really think I need to mess with anything else, because that's about it. I was just gonna lag out when I do that again. All right, interesting. Yeah, everything's in order then. So then, basically, here's how this works. I go to save as. I'm going to select compatible versions with all of these. So very good, very good. So we're going to save it. We're going to save it under StarCraft. Going to actually, you know what? Let's see here. Can I? I want to make sure I actually put things into the right folder and whatnot. Nope. Down. I could open that, but I'm not going to open that yet. Otherwise, that will probably mess up what I've already got. Let's see here. I mean, we could just put it, you know what, I'm going to save it onto desktop. I'm going to save it, where is that? I'm going to save it there. Yep, it's there. Alright, good. No, and I closed something that I didn't want to close. Awesome. As you do. As you do. Alright, let's see what this one is. Oh, hey, it's literally the games that I just played. Never mind. Alright. So that's not what I want then. But the correct direction. Alright. Let's open up a second StarCraft maps. Download. I'll put it in download. That's got to be a safe place to put it. So just copy, Paste. Boom. Alright. I think that should be about it. Let's do this. Let's see if it works, boys. Got multitude of tabs. There you go. Should be set back onto the actual StarCraft one for you guys now. Nope. I want this one. I want this. I want local network. Great game. Right. Download. Alright. Now comes the fun part, going and constantly restarting the game in order to get the match that you want. So we're just gonna play with Terran. I hope for the best, because a lot of the time you don't really get the match you want. So we'll see where it goes. Boop, 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 boop. Nope. Hey, restart. End mission. Surrender. Goodbye. Bye-bye. And then you restart again. And you just do the same thing until you get what you want. Oh. Of course, make sure you start it up properly. There we go. Reverse it. Unlike in StarCraft 2, StarCraft 1, you can't really drag and drop people up and down a level to go and change teams. You have to set it while you're setting the map. Lame. Right. Let's see, what do we get this time? Hey, boys, we get it. Alright, we going.
Orders, Captain?
We call this a difficulty
Orders,
tweak.
Captain?
Alright. So this is where the fun begins.
SCV good to go,
Let's see what
sir.
we get out of this.
Not enough minerals. Not
Literally,
enough
this is
minerals.
basically what I did in college
Not enough
when I got bored.
minerals.
I had like a very nice looking custom map. Basically the same kind of premise though, where it was like you had 4 sides and you just 3-on-1 type of thing. It's basically what I did.
Not enough minerals.
But let's see if I
Not
survive.
enough minerals.
'Cause
Not
it's
enough minerals.
been maybe
Not enough minerals.
5-6 months since I did this, so we'll see where we go.
I read you. Affirmative. Roger
There.
that.
Step 1, we need to get to the entrance. Secure the entrance, boys.
Received.
Get to the entrance.
Orders, Captain? Orders received. Affirmative.
Ah,
Right away, sir.
the entrance. Right,
Not enough
that.
minerals.
Yes,
as the
sir.
boys go.
Orders
And
received.
mine and dig away at the minerals, gathering
Affirmative.
material.
Right away, sir.
We
Orders
will begin
received.
to prepare for our defense,
Affirmative.
and hopefully not be rushed down too soon. But we probably will.
Orders, Captain?
Knowing my luck, we probably are about to. Well, not
Orders
yet,
received.
but soon enough.
Affirmative.
We just have to be fast. Fast. That's it. Repeat after me. Speed is key.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Not enough minerals.
Mineral. Build.
I read you.
Not enough
Mineral. Just build.
Not enough minerals.
I don't care.
Not enough
Just
minerals.
build. Build anyways.
Affirmative. Roger that.
Alright, there we go. So we've got 2 barracks, a supply depot. We've got a few boys mining, but we could use more. This boy's almost done, so I'm gonna have him making a barrack or a bunker.
Not enough
Get over here.
minerals.
Right away, sir.
Build a bunker.
Not enough
Build a
minerals.
bunker.
Not
SCV
enough
good to go,
minerals.
sir.
Not enough
Time to
minerals.
build.
Job finished.
Not enough minerals.
There you
Orders, Captain.
Then once when this guy's done, I'm gonna have him rush up here and just help build supply
Not
depot.
enough minerals.
Orders, Captain.
Not
Affirmative.
enough minerals.
I read you. Roger that. I read you.
Alright, here we
Yes,
go.
sir.
And now the clock is ticking, because now that I am making Marines, the clock is 100% ticking.
Orders, Captain.
The clock is ticking, gentlemen.
Orders received.
Let's begin.
Reporting for duty.
Actually, you know what? I don't need a guy making supply depots. I don't
Not enough
need a
minerals.
supply depot.
I read you. Affirmative.
But I do, however, need you.
Commander.
Not enough minerals.
You. Very good.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
I read you.
the clock is ticking.
Orders received.
Let's see what happens.
Not enough minerals.
Job finished.
I'm probably gonna die. I'm gonna be honest with you, Chiefs. Probably gonna die. But we'll see where this goes.
You want a piece of me, boy? Jacked up and good to go. Reporting for duty. You want a piece of me, boy? Roger that. Standing by. Yes, sir. Orders received.
You know what? There's no reason for
Affirmative.
Boy to be
Right
over
away,
here.
sir. Roger that.
Not enough minerals.
I'm at the point where
Not enough
oh,
minerals.
I'm dealing with Protoss right off the bat. Awesome. Get over there. Get over there. Assist. 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 Destroy. Destroy.
Yes,
You.
sir.
Perhaps you can save that.
Orders, Captain.
You also get
Orders
over there.
received. Orders, Captain.
Yeah, we'll save it. Alright, good. Good, good. Very good. Alright, keep building.
I read you. Roger that.
Go there.
Right
You.
away, sir.
Over
Piece
here.
of me, boy.
You. Make a supply depot the moment you're able to.
Yes, sir.
You too. You get over
Roger
there.
that.
How's that looking? Actually, no.
Reporting
Get back
for
over there.
duty, Commander.
Fix it.
I read you.
Fix it. Alright, maybe
You want a piece of me,
I might be
boy?
fine.
Orders, Captain.
We might,
Orders received. Give me something to shoot. Orders, Captain.
might be able to do this.
Roger that. Orders received. Orders,
All my
Captain.
years of training finally paying off.
I read you. Want a piece of me, boy?
Alright.
Reporting for duty. Orders, Captain. Job finished. Commander, go, go, go. Jacked up
Not
and good
enough
to go.
minerals.
Rock and roll.
Well, because I survived the first wave, and I know I'm dealing with Protoss, I know for a fact I'm likely going to be dealing with a full max force wave of
Not enough minerals.
Reporting for duty.
boys
Roger that.
soon. So I need to prepare for that immediately.
Job finished. Reporting for duty. You want a piece of me, boy? You want a piece of me,
I'm going
boy?
to move the spawns for the SCVs over there. That way I can actually see them when they spawn.
Jacked up and good to go.
Which ones that haven't been given orders and which ones have. Very good. Right, I'm beginning to gather Vespine gas. My mineral count is ever so growing.
Reporting for duty.
You get
Orders
over there.
received. Job finished.
Right,
I
very
read
good.
you.
Very good. Now we started working and preparing for upgrades.
SCV good to go,
So
sir.
that is basically the only real way I'm going to survive at this rate, is a massive amount of units and upgrades. Sure, I have non-stop supply of minerals, and it helps, it does. But what will help more in this situation is going and making sure I am properly prepared for the next coming attack, which is probably going to be in about a minute. Less than a minute, actually. Probably. Yep.
Base is under
There it is. it, boys. That's it. They actually had like a full force. Yeah, no, that's it. You made it, boys. I'll never know. Just go. Just go. Go quickly. Go quickly. Quickly. Fly, fool. Fly. Look at that. You succeed. Very good. Alright, place that down.
Right
Now
away,
leave.
sir. Orders received.
Fly,
Your
fool.
forces are under attack.
Affirmative.
Alright,
Orders
let's see what's going on over
received.
here. Hello, gentlemen. How are you doing today? Hello, friend. It is I, friendly SUV, here to...
Your forces are under attack.
I'm not gonna prolong this. I know it can be done, but you've got to like practice. You have to practice a couple times and get used to it. I think what I'll do is I'll do a quote-unquote 2v1, because that one I know I can do. If I close this boy, computer these two, and then tear in this one, I might have a better chance. I'm pretty sure I'll be fine with the 2v1. But a 3v1, I'm rusty on that one. No, I need to practice more.
Orders, Captain.
Nope. Reset. No, you failed. Reset. That's the annoying part when you want to do something like this. You can't, like, force the map to give you a certain position and all that. Although that would be interesting, but, like, unless I want to be doing some really crazy janky stuff, like basically making it like a campaign mission,
Yes, sir.
then yeah, you can't really force a spawn. I mean, you can, but I'd have to actually make it basically a lot more like a campaign mission rather than just a multiplayer map like it is right now. Because the state that it's in right now is basically that of a multiplayer map. Alright, let's see what we get this time. Watch it be the bottom corner here. Prediction engine, engage. Bro, I am the engine. I am the engineer. The engineer is engineer. Alright, I'll try like 2 more times, and if I don't get it, then I'll just do something else. This is really just me bullshitting at this point, because I'm bored. I'm bored. 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 Nope. Same spot again. F in chat, boys. F in chat. Alright, try again. Top versus bottom. 2v2. Closed. Computer. No, computer. Computer. Darren. Start the game and see what we get. Do we get the top corner? I doubt it. F. F in chat. Alright, look at that, we got it. Alright.
Orders received.
We go.
Report for duty.
Not
Right away,
enough
sir.
minerals.
Orders, Captain.
Split. Start finding everything. Very good. Alright. Let's see how we do this time versus a 1v2 instead of a 1v3. Because, like I said, rusty on the 1v3.
SCV good to go, sir.
Really just comes down to how fast you can secure
Not enough minerals.
the entrance.
Not enough
Build
minerals.
faster, mine
Not
quicker.
enough minerals.
Do things. Boys.
SCV good to go, sir.
You are my boys. Do faster.
Read you.
Boy,
Not
faster.
enough minerals.
You see that cow? Destroy it. I know you have next to no
Reporting for
combative capabilities, but destroy. Also, I will say it for what it is. I probably screwed. Well, no, I know for a fact I screwed myself over putting minerals like this, because the best way to actually do minerals is to stagger them. You can go and get 3 in about a single spot, and it actually is you actually go and can gather minerals faster if it's staggered. So if I staggered it like this, back and forth, I could actually end up gathering a lot more minerals faster that way. So technically, this is inoptimal and very bad. So a little note for anyone who enjoys playing this game.
Additional supply
Staggers at the bottom are the best. Well, top or bottom. Staggers at the top or bottom. You can do staggers on the side, but staggers on the side are more angled staggers rather than actual left or right staggers.
Reporting for duty. Affirmative.
Nonetheless,
Yes, sir.
time to secure the point. Get on the point. Red team must capture the intelligence. What is the intelligence? The destruction of the enemy base. Suppose that. Very simple indeed. Right.
Job finished. Reporting for duty.
Just need to build up my economy as quickly as possible. That way I can go and just mass produce. I'm gonna try to mass produce Marines this time. I'm still gonna set up bunkers, but I need just more units this time. That way I don't get flooded, because last time I got flooded. I'd be willing to bet if I had like 3 barracks, if I focused on trying to get 3 barracks instead of 2 bunkers, I probably would have had enough units. I probably would have been fine. Not guaranteed, but just based off of what I remember. Because that's the thing, when you're dealing with this, the AI is literally just going to throw a small 3-wave at you, and then from there it's just going to be a non-stop, never-ending wave. So, starting off, we're going to put a single bunker. Then we're going to move this boy over here. Actually, no, I don't need to. By the time he gets over here, it's going to be enough. Very good. Build. We have that Terran music kicking in. Bum, bum, brum, bum, 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 bum. Motivational music. Yes, that is what this is.
Yes, sir. You want a piece of me?
Not a guy bored out of his fucking mind being stuck in his house after fucking getting his wisdom teeth removed.
Orders, Captain.
Not at all.
Orders received. Yes, sir.
Alright. No, I want more
You want a
units.
piece of me, boy? Job's finished. Yes, sir.
I want more.
Not enough minerals.
I'm not even gonna bother with Vespine gas right away. I'm just not even gonna bother with upgrades or anything. I'm just gonna focus on getting units out.
You want a piece of me, boy?
First thing I'm doing, units. Only units.
SCV good to go, sir.
I don't need 2 SCVs over here anymore, so I'm gonna just group the boy over there. Get to work, boy.
Orders received.
Look at this. The boys are working.
Orders, Captain.
We're doing some fine.
SCV good to go, sir.
They're building. That's all I need. That's all I
Orders,
need.
Captain.
They just keep building.
You want a piece of me, boy?
Not enough minerals.
SCV
Alright.
good to go, sir.
Slightly already a better situation than it was versus the 1v3. I'm already in a better position. So if this was a 1v3, although Protoss would have attacked about a minute ago,
Yes, sir.
we're already at that point.
Orders, Captain. Affirmative.
And there we go.
I read you.
Technically,
Piece of me,
base is secured.
go, go, go.
Practically, it is not. It never is.
Piece of me, boy. Orders received. Piece of me, boy. Orders
Alright,
received.
I don't see why I should
Not
hesitate
enough
in
minerals.
going for upgrades anymore.
You want a piece of me,
There's
boy?
no reason to not go for upgrades.
Reporting for duty. You want a piece
Not
of me,
enough
boy?
minerals.
Right away, sir.
Minerals. Never enough minerals.
Rock and roll.
It's never enough for you. Why don't you love me?
SCV good to go, sir. Standing by. Jacked up and good to go. Give me some of this shoot. Job's finished. You want a piece of me, boy? Orders, Captain. You want a piece of me, boy? Roger that. Job's finished. Orders, Captain. You want a piece of me, boy? I read you.
Alright, here we go. Now we can begin preparations for a mass exodus that is research.
SCV is good to go, sir. Standing by.
Max here.
Standing. Commander.
From this point forward, all the boys run over there when you
Job
spawn.
finished. Standing by. SCV good to go, sir. Job finished. Checked up and
That
good to
should
go.
be enough for a giant group right there.
Yes, sir.
You two go over there.
I read you.
You over there. Everyone else is mining. Very good.
Reporting for duty. You want a piece of me, boy?
Not enough minerals.
Not enough minerals.
Reporting for duty.
Of course there's enough. See? It's obviously enough. I'm surprised the AI hasn't attacked, but keep in mind,
Go, go, go.
I am at that point where I've got a giant string of units, and typically the AI doesn't like attacking when you have more units and or better defense. So chances are the AI is hesitating because it believes I am stronger. And in a way I am. Not just because of the resources.
Give me some of this shoot.
Because I have quote-unquote intelligence.
Go,
Whatever
go,
that
go.
is.
Job finished.
Not enough minerals.
Not enough mineral. Look at the boys. Look at the boys. They're mining away. Zip zap zapping all of the resources away.
You want a piece of me, boy? I read you.
You know what?
Right
Let's
away,
add
sir.
more boys to it. Because I only really ever need 2 guys working on, or 1 guy working on this. You just want a whole mass exodus of them building stuff right off the bat sometimes. But once when you get really set up, like 1 or 2 SCVs is more than enough to go and build things for you.
Commander. Give me some of this shoot.
Alright,
You want a piece of me, boy?
let's see how this goes.
Yes, sir.
You build me an academy, alright? Yeah. Why? Why not? Do not question the tactics of the Overlord Red Team. This is what you must do.
You want a piece of me,
Just like you
boy?
put a dispenser here, you put a sentry there, and you put a teleport here. Except teleport here does nothing. Technically, teleport is from teleport here to just outside. It's fine. Teleporter here. This game is StarCraft 1, so this is the very first StarCraft. If you ever seen StarCraft 2, like a really fancy game that kind of resembles this, where you got units going and bringing all these random resources to a single point, and then you're just slowly building up fighting units. This is basically the second or the first iteration of StarCraft. On its own, StarCraft is basically just almost like any other resource army management game, except this game has its own campaign, that being the standard base game and then the Brood War campaign. And then what I'm doing right now is the multiplayer. So with multiplayer, there's online matching where you've got a lot of competitive leagues. A lot of people enjoy that. And then you've got the not so competitive leagues, which is just the standard players such as myself, who typically just set up private matches on their own local internet, like I have done. But yeah, there's a lot going on with this game when you first see it. Like, I'd be willing to bet in your mind you're thinking, what the hell is all this shit? Why is there so many red people running around? But it's pretty dumbed down to start off with building A. Building A allows you to make Unit A. Unit A gathers resources and brings resources to Building A. Building A allows you to continue building Unit A to go and gather more resource. Eventually, Unit A will build Building B. Oh, hello there. Send the boys. Send the boys. This is what we prepared for. This is what we prepared for. Get over there. Just run in there. Run beside. Destroy him. Destroy these. This is exactly what we prepared for, boys. Get beside him. Look at that, they can't do shit. Here we go. Now then. So yeah, basically it just comes down to keep gathering resources, build a stockpile if you want. You don't have to, but you can. And slowly gain power by going and making stronger upgraded units, doing more stuff like that. And eventually your goal, depending on, like, if you're playing missions, you're playing the campaign, you're given certain objectives. So like in this case, mission objectives. Hello there. Get over there.
Outstanding. Give me something.
Run beside him. Run beside him. For some reason, those guys were able to target you, but it doesn't matter. Alright, this comes the part where I should probably start spamming out more things. So I'm not spamming enough.
Let's move.
I am lacking, boys. I am lacking. Nonetheless. Mission objectives can range from go to a single point to... Oh. Basically, what I was... Here, actually, I'll just pause this for a second. So, here, I can show you. So, let me go to the view. Alright, there we go. So, this is a StarCraft editor. The official editor for the game. See, when the game first came out, I believe it launched with an actual editor that you could go into in the menu, but basically it's kind of discontinued. This is basically the exact same editor, only it is fan made and maintained now. But it behaves and acts basically the exact same way as the official editor did. Basically how it works is you just create a new file, you set up a map like I did, you select what kind of map layout, so you can do space, badlands, desert, fire planets, all sorts of different planet types. Some types were restricted to Brood War, but not many. I think like maybe one or two. But nonetheless, basically how it would work is if you were wanting to set up a multiplayer map like I have, you would just basically start off by going into the terrain section and moving things around. So you just place things down, move things around, make it look the way you want, start building a layout. And then eventually, when you've built things the way you wanted, make it look the way you want, you've got like a path for things, you could go into the doodles over here, and here I'll go and grab a high platform. That way I can display this a little better, because the high wall platforms are the most easiest to spot this for. So, high plating, nope. I want... I'm lacking, boys. I'm lacking. Here we go. So, yeah, these are path. This goes with the remastered version, so I can't really do much with that. There's a lot of ramps for obvious reasons. Yeah, here we go. This is a ramp that I could use. So, this is an actual ramp that units could actually go up, but not only that, but it adds a little bit of a display, so you could go and put down doodles, and that's kind of how doodles work. Same with the plating doodles. Nope. Platform doodle. There we go. So I could go and place this down, and it's an actual object, so not only would I be able to not build anything right beside it, unless it's like right beside it on this side, but I couldn't build anything on top of it. I can't put units beside it. So not only that, but you can also technically, if I go over to units section here, go to ground units, go to a fire bat, you can technically hide a unit behind here and That's something some campaign missions, not all, but a couple do. They'll hide units behind little doodles like that. And that's basically it. It basically just comes down to design your map, place down your doodles to make it look fancy if you want it, and then you just go around starting to put down things like resources under the neutral section. So you've got your Vespine and minerals that you need to place. And then again, if you're wanting to, well, technically no matter what, every map needs a start position, but technically the start position's in the middle. It's just if you don't have a start position and you're wanting to do a multiplayer map like I have, the game will sometimes bug out and spawn people, like spawn buildings and stuff right in the middle here or something. And it wouldn't work and function properly because AI under that circumstance, like a player might think, oh, all my things are here, let me just pack up and move somewhere else because I already know where everything is. The AI, on the other hand, would just sit there and do nothing. So you kind of need start positions, that way the AI can go and figure out what it's doing. I've actually been considering to go and make an actual proper YouTube video for this kind of thing, because like I've said, you know what, here I can actually show it. I might as well show it. Let's see here. Give it a second here. Here we go. This is an actual campaign map that I went and made. So you started off with me going and selecting the Badlands layout type for platforms and whatnot, and you just started off by, well, I started off by going and mapping things out the way I wanted it to. So I started by going and creating water, going and laying it out the way I wanted, going and creating high platforms as well as the high city-like platforms, and started going and mapping things out the way I wanted it to. Basically, how this worked is it just came down to throwing everything everywhere you wanted it to, and that was about it. How this map works is basically you are the purple team, and your objective is to destroy red team, specifically red team's little base setup over here. Then you've got orange team over here, which is technically, quote unquote, a neutral team. Orange team doesn't have a structure that they can gather resources, nor do they have units to gather resources with. But in this case, orange team, like in many campaign maps, is kind of like a nuisance who's just there. But if you wanted to choose to expand, which there's a natural expansion right outside purple team's base right here, where you just go out, set up a base over here, but you'd have to clear out a couple quick little units right here. Same thing over here. There's a little more resources over here. It's sparse and not really meant to be used, but you can use resources over here. But there's a little more danger over here. And then there's another base that you could set up over here, but this one's actually being occupied by the enemy team for the campaign mission itself. So if you wanted this one, not only would you have to clear it out, but you'd have to deal with constant harassment from the main base because you've just cleared out their secondary base. Another thing this kind of map has is a multitude of triggers. So on its own, typically the map triggers are as soon as Team A defeats Team B, and if Team B is quote-unquote defeated, so they lost all their buildings, then Team A wins. That's kind of how the typical map triggers work, but in this case, it's a lot more different. So player 1 is the red team here, and player 1 has 2 AI scripts here. I've got campaign medium and campaign easy. So campaign easy, I believe, is the one over here, and then medium is the one down at the bottom corner. Typically how it works is in the editor, if you wanted to set up a AI base for campaign, you had to you have to create a town. And a town typically consists of the central command base, and that's about it. But more advanced versions can be central command base, and then an actual visible area that the AI will go and throw units around to secure and everything and whatnot like that. And then from there, you just go and take the central command node, and you'd put an AI script on it, like I have with these ones. And from there, they would start working technically independently. See, typically, well, not typically, what it actually is player one is all one singular player, but these AI scripts will make the player independent, so it'll make the two bases independent from one another. But for the most part, that's about it. But if you look over at the player one, or the player four, which is the actual player you play as, there's a lot more crazy shit going on here. So starting off, you've got a set for ore and gas, it's kind of the same like this one, only how the AI, and this is typically what most people do with any AI maps and campaign maps, is going and making it so that when the AI has gathered a exact amount of a resource, it just sets it to 500 or something, or just adds. That way the AI typically always has enough resources to constantly be doing something. That way it can kind of in some way be harassing and attacking you, because this is meant to be a mission. This is meant to be some level of difficult. So that is meant to happen. But on the player's side, you just gather what you gather. That's about it. But you get, at the beginning, a set amount to go and help start you off. Another thing over here is this is actually setting not only the mission objective, so player 4 kills exactly one side disruptor. On this, the mission will be, on this condition is met, so when player 4 destroys the side disruptor, which is located at the bottom corner, it'll pause the game, ping the player at a certain location. It'll have a quote-unquote marine talking, and then I just have like a big script of a whole bunch of dialogue, and this is kind of how it works in an actual campaign mission. Only difference is, I believe, let me see here. See, there's two ways of doing things. I did it the slightly easier / hard way, which was separate everything out. But the easy way that people do is they actually play like an actual audio dialogue with a whole bunch of stuff with it. So it'll pause the game, it'll play the dialogue, it'll play the actual audio, and it will actually have like a little character speaking at the same time. It utilizes all of it all at once. That's what the actual official campaign has. So every time you play an actual campaign mission and you hear someone talking, that's that trigger. But that one's a little difficult to use, mainly because I actually need audio files. Although I could put an empty audio file, I've messed around with it. It's very buggy. So I've just decided to utilize things the slightly more difficult way, but that's about it. And let's see here. So yeah, player 4, exactly 0 buildings, end scenario and defeat for player. And what's this last one? Let's see here. This one I think is the actual setting mission objective. So yeah, set mission objective. 1, locate and destroy side disruptor. 2, optional. Yeah. Oh wait, yeah, no, I remember how this is. Yeah, it's laid out really weird, but yeah. That's about it. This is like quick, cut and dry version of how the editor works. I could probably do like a proper justice to this with a proper video at some point, but nonetheless, this is basically the exact same editor that the StarCraft did launch with, and is an editor that I messed around with for quite a number of years as a kid. But nonetheless, basically, like, here, I'll go back over this again. So the doodles that I told you about earlier, so like you've got the terrain, but you've got doodles. This little ramp here, this little cave-in spot, even these little geyser-looking stuff, all of that was manually placed by me with the doodles. Like, you can go and make a map look all like pretty nice with a bunch of doodles. But without doodles, it kind of looks a little cut and dry, not a whole lot going on. But yeah, it just kind of comes down to what you want your map to look like and how you want it to behave. But yeah, that's about it. Any questions, Jeff? Nah, it's very complicated at first. Like when you're looking at all of this for the first time, it is extraordinarily complicated. But when you understand that it, in the grand scheme of things, it's actually a lot easier. When you've kind of looked at it a little bit more. Like I said, if you wanted to make just a dummy, quick and easy multiplayer map like this, I could just be like, all right, I want Ash World. I'm gonna start it off with high dirt. Boom, crate, and then boom, right off the bat, we've got like a whole big flat platform, and that's how it works right off the bat. Is you just get a straight up flat plane, and then you just start going and selecting what you want and dragging, or you can single click if you want to be more thorough, but you just start dragging things around, going and making, hello cat, making the path that you want. Hello? What? Hello? It's not even 5 o'clock, cat. But yeah, you go and just start dragging things, making the layout that you would so desire. And then when you're satisfied with everything, like I did before, you just go over to doodles. You'd be like, all right, doodle 1, I want this weird spike pillar here. I want another spike pillar over here. And then maybe I want some weird debris and whatnot like that lying around. And that's kind of about it. When you've doodled everything up, made it look whatever way you want. So here, I'll take a second here and try to figure out where the ramp is, because I know this map does have one for this. Just need to figure it out. So yeah, I'm on the right doodle section. I just need to figure out where it is. Eventually. It's very tedious, but that's kind of how this part of it works. I know there's other ways to go and access the different doodles and units and stuff like that. There's easier ways of doing it, but I don't bother using that. I just organize it with this down here and just go one at a time. Yeah, this editor is kind of like a sandbox game on its own. It's very similar to a sandbox game. It's just set up in such a way where you could, if you wanted to, literally make a campaign map or a multiplayer map. But yeah, alright, might as well just not bother with the doodles anymore because I'm not going to find it. So let's see here. Nope. Nothing on locations. Oh yeah, locations. Actually, I might as well quickly go over that. So locations are that thing that I went and told you about earlier, where you can go and set up a base. So here, let me... Nope. Undo. There we go. Alright. So, I'm going to go into units. I'm going to go to Terran. I'm going to go to buildings. Let's expand this out. That way I can see a little more. It's very annoying. You can't particularly edit this layout all too nicely. There we go. Alright, I want a command center. So, typically, how this kind of thing would work is I'd go and set up a couple quick bits of resources. Like so. So like so, I've got my minerals, Vespine gas, I've got a command center. So if I wanted a AI to script this for a campaign mission, how that would work is I would go into locations, I would highlight this as location 1, and then from there I could go and set up triggers under not all players, but under player 1, because that's the player that I have here. Under player 1, I can go and set up a player 1 condition, either an always or, let's see, what was it, a type of while condition. Typically, I always works the best. And then action, I want AI script, run AI script at location script. I don't want Protoss, I want Terran, town A, B, C. So yeah, if you're running like multiple towns, you want to be using the other town stuff, but that's basically how it works. So you've got different towns, and you've got campaign settings over here. So we want expansion, Terran, campaign easy, at location 1, and then that's about it. From there, the AI will actually treat this as a base and try to not only expand upon it by building new things, but go from there as well. So technically, if I wanted to, I could probably test this out by going and setting up a player base as well. But that's about it. Another important thing, so like I said before, starting locations are important. The multiplayer map, you probably can tell, doesn't have any buildings, but it has starting locations. How starting locations work is that is the location that which a command center or command building will be placed. So in this case, if I wanted to, I could place the starting location here and nothing much would change. But a campaign mission, so if I'm going to just close this. Do I want to save this? No. If I go back over to my campaign mission that I made, and then show you this, I can show you that a start location is over here, not on top of the command center. In this case, this is where the player's camera will sit. So when you first start the mission, your camera will be sitting about here. And then over here, this is about where technically the quote-unquote camera for the orange player will be. And the red team right on top of here, because I just want it doesn't particularly matter. You don't exactly need start locations for campaign missions, because you're going to have a bunch of buildings all over the place. But it is utilized for a player 100% to go and kind of put the very starting first thing that the player sees. So if I wanted to, I could move the starting position for purple over here on top of the first immediate interaction, but that's not what I wanted. But yeah, it's very similar to almost any other sandbox game. If you didn't want it to be complicated, it doesn't have to be complicated, but it very well, like this editor very, very well can become very, very complicated. So like right now I am looking at the Fog of War for player 1. So if I wanted to, I'll switch over to player 4, which is the player that you play as. So immediately you don't see anything of the map. All you know is the visible area that you have control over, and that's about it. First thing that the player interacts with is, oh hey, I've got a bunch of units sitting out here and they're being attacked. That's about it. From there, you just go about your mission whatever way you want. Like, you can properly look at a lot of different inner details, and if I wanted to, actually I probably could. Let's see if I can. Nope, I want... Let's see, I might be able to find, I can't remember exactly where it was. I know I messed around with it before, and I actually found, like, actual campaign missions, and you could bring up a campaign mission into the editor like I have my own. and then you can actually edit them. Like you can change them around, make it easier, make it harder, stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know where to look for that. But you can literally this editor is very similar to a sandbox, nonetheless. Though if you do want to use it, not only do you need to make sure you download StarCraft onto your computer. StarCraft is free, so you don't need to worry about paying. Only the remastered version is for money. The remastered version adds a little more depth to it, allowing you to have proper use of different dimensions, like in StarCraft 2, but you don't really need it in order to actually enjoy the game. My recommendation, just play the game for free first, try it out, enjoy it, see what you think of it first before you actually put money into it. But yeah, if you want to use the editor, you do need the game, and then I believe it's just here. Yeah, first third-party map editor for StarCraft 1. So the project started in December 2001. So here we go. So yeah, can't remember where the official link for it is. Let me see here. It's probably gonna be on here actually. Links homepage. Yep, this is it. So yeah, you'll probably notice right off the bat, this is like super old school internet vibes, for good reason, because it is 100% super old school internet. Yeah. Can you play on mobile? No. I don't. Well, possibly. You probably could play StarCraft on mobile. Just note that it would be extraordinarily complicated and very, very tedious. But I'd be willing to bet someone probably out there has set up an emulator for mobile. But I wouldn't recommend it, because StarCraft is a little bit of a computer-heavy game. Not only for the controls, but also because if you're playing the campaign alone, well, hell, even playing just a multiplayer mission like I am, I've got two enemies that are both running their own AI script, so that's like a fair amount of resources that the computer has to handle. And although it's a very old school game and there's not a whole lot going on, and computer power is very good even for phones, that paired with the very fact that you've got a lot of different controls that you need is going to be a little too heavy for you for a phone to even handle. So although I'd be willing to bet it could be done, I wouldn't recommend it. So even if you could find an emulator to actually play StarCraft on the phone, that'd be awesome, but no, I wouldn't recommend it. I mean, I know there's like emulators, well, not an emulator for the original Fallout. So for Fallout 1, Fallout 2, and then I think also Fallout Tactics, you could play those on your phone. I actually think I have it on my phone right now. Yeah, let me double check. I never actually properly set it up, but I think I have it. Yeah, I do. Basically how it would work is I just plug in my phone onto my computer, go and connect a couple download a couple files onto my phone, and then I could actually play those games on my phone, emulated and set up that way. But, yeah. It depends on what kind of security they have on there. So, like, first off, here, I'll tell you this. Ask yourself this question, all right? You have a school resource, a Chromebook, all right? Do you know whether or not the school is going to, ask for this computer back anytime soon? If yes, I wouldn't recommend downloading anything on there, because typically they'll see stuff that you're not supposed to have on there and be like, oh, no, you're going to lose that resource, you don't get it anymore, and then you just lose out on something that you actually used for school and all that. But if they're not going to want it anytime soon, and you're aware of the fact that you're able to delete the files. So here, I'll show you real quick now. So when you go to, like, if you're wanting to play StarCraft, note that you've got to download the Battle.net launcher. You need, I think, to actually make an account. So there's a lot of stuff that you're going to need to do. So if you don't think it's worth it, I wouldn't recommend it. But if it's worth it, you download the launcher, you make an account, then you download the game, and then when you're all done and all that, you can go into your files here. I think it's just under Documents. You delete StarCraft, and then you could go under your PC, go into your program files, x86 or whatnot like that. Then there is more StarCraft files here. Oh wait, I think I just figured out where all the map campaign files are probably. Yes. Oh, look at that. I found where everything goes. Look at me. But yeah, you go over here. So yeah, you can uninstall the game from the launcher itself, but most programs don't uninstall everything. So my recommendation is, once when you're done with the game, you don't want to play it anymore, but you want to clear out the Chromebook to go and make sure everything's wiped and clear. I would say uninstall the game from Battle.net launcher first. Go into your files. Go and make sure all of the StarCraft files are deleted. Then go into the launcher again, and let's see, I think... Is there a way to uninstall the launcher from here? I don't know. Probably not. Nonetheless, though, you could still go into your files and just look for Battle.net. No. Battle.net. So you look for files relating to Battle.net, and then you could just copy, delete. Also, make sure that if you're ever deleting files, go over to your actual recycle bin and recycle it, because that way it actually deletes. Because technically your computer doesn't actually delete files right away. It kind of holds it into the recycle bin for a little bit. But if you're wanting to delete something right away, then yeah, do it that way. Again, only really download stuff on your onto the Chromebook if you feel like it's actually worth it. I wouldn't really recommend it because it is a school resource that you've been provided, and just as easily as being provided it can end up being taken away from you, and yeah, you don't really want that, because I'd be willing to bet it does provide you with some kind of benefit when doing your schoolwork and whatnot. So don't lose yourself the resource if you do not need to lose it. You trust me, you can go and gain access to an actual computer later on. You don't need to worry about playing games right off the bat. My recommendation, this is actually what I did a lot when I was younger, was literally just go over to YouTube and just watch a whole bunch of different gameplay of all the different games that I liked, and got a good feel, like a good idea on how the actual game works before actually playing it. That way, when I do actually gain the ability to play it, when I did actually get my own computer where I could go and download games and stuff onto it, you can go and get a good idea on where things are right off the bat. Like right away, for the longest of time for me, I never even knew that you had Steam, you had a whole slew of different things to go and use for not only communicating with people, but also going and playing and downloading games. So yeah, it kind of, I would say it just comes down to whether or not you actually want to do that. Again, I wouldn't recommend it because there is the chance that you might get in trouble if you download it, and I would prefer people not get in trouble just for the sake of playing a game, because always keep this in mind, the game is a game and it will technically always exist in some form or another. So even if you're not able to play it right now, chances are you're going to be able to still play it at some point later on down the line. You don't need to worry about playing it now because it exists. It'll always be there. What won't always be there is the things that you need to do. The things that you need to do right away, right now, things like that. Your schoolwork, your work, your job, stuff like that. That kind of takes priority because that can't really wait. You need to prepare yourself for what comes now rather than playing games, doing all the things that you want to do, and then losing out on the ability to do the stuff that you could have done. Because, sure, you might think to yourself, a game is something I could have done, but technically it's something you can always do. There's nothing particularly stopping me from going over to my Steam and being like, alright, I want to go to the store, I want to go buy this game, let me just go over to the store, buy the game, download the game, start playing the game. There's nothing really stopping me from doing that nowadays. Because for me, I have a job. I make sure I maintain a good amount of money, save money, stuff like that. So I can put my resources that I have earned into what I would like. But I would recommend you just focus on your schoolwork, focus on the things that you gotta do, because then you can put yourself into a position where you can do you can do what you want to do. Like, this is what, like, I'll say it for what it is. Technically, in more ways than one, I am in a good position. I am. But if I had focused myself better when I was younger, if I put more effort into my schoolwork, more effort into trying to learn things, discover things, stuff like that, I'd be willing to bet I'd be in an even greater position than I am right now. Like, again, I'm in a good position. I very much am. But I'd be willing to bet I'd be even greater position with better amounts of money in my bank account, savings, stuff like that. I'd be able to utilize more into what I would like. It just kind of, best words of wisdom and advice that I could ever give someone is, now is your moment. Now is always the moment that you prepare for the future. Preparing for the future doesn't have to be based off of fear. It has to be based off of what can go and set you up for the future. So, best way to describe that, this game right now. What can go and help me for the future? Gathering resources or gathering money. How do you do that? Well, you get a good job, you get a good education, stuff like that. You set up your economy, your own self-economy first, and then you can go and do the things that you want to do later. That's what I would recommend. It's the best kind of thing because, again, I've got a fair amount of money that I can do whatever I want with it. But if I set myself up more in the past, I'd be in a much better position than I am now. So that's all I would say. But enough psychological bullshit. I think it's time to get back to the rest of gaming. Because it's gaming time. It's not school time. I don't have to go back to college anytime soon, so I don't want to have to start acting like I'm back in college. Even though I don't need to. Alright, let's see here. Going and making sure that everything is back in place that it should be. Alright, I'm going to go back to playing the game now. Enough psychological shit for one day. Resume game.
Standing by.
You boys.
Outstanding. Rock and roll. You want a piece of me, boy? Orders, Captain? You want a piece of me, boy? something to shoot. Standing by. Outstanding. You want a piece of me, boy? Rock and roll. Give me something to shoot. Job finished.
Your forces are under attack.
Look at that, I thought. Funny mans, funny plans. Where are they at? They've got one.
Jacked up and good to
I'm
go.
close to getting two.
Orders, you want a piece of me, boy?
I don't know what time it is. It's time to spam.
Orders, sir.
That's what time it is.
Not enough minerals.
I don't want to use any more brain power.
Proceeding.
I don't want to do
Piece
it.
of me, boy.
Today's sleep day.
Identify target. Ready to roll out. You want a piece of me, boy? Move it.
All four of you get over here.
Sir. Give me something to shoot. Destination. Identify target. You want a piece of me, boy?
The boys.
You want a piece of me, boy? Give me something to shoot. Let's move. Outstanding. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Right away, sir. You want a piece of me, boy?
I don't really need this much Vespine gas. I'm gonna go and take two of these guys and one of these guys off Vespine because I don't need that much more.
Piece of me, boy. Reporting for duty.
Basically got all of the amount that I actually need now. What I need
Ready to roll out. Ready to roll out.
to start going and setting up more supply depot because I do not have enough supply. Building up too quickly.
Orders, sir.
You too.
Move it.
Set up the wall, the Great Wall of Destruction, the Wall of
Orders,
Siege.
sir. Move it. Proceeding.
Cram yourself in there.
Move it.
Cram
Proceeding.
yourself in there. Very good. Very good.
Give me something to shoot.
Cram in. Very good.
Go, go, go.
Very good.
Job finished. Orders, Captain.
I'm going to build one more barracks over there.
I read you.
I set you to continue building supply depot. Alright. There you go. That's about it. That's all I need.
I read you.
That's... technically, by this point, it's GG. The AI has nothing that they can particularly do. It can throw some air units at me, but I've got a bunch of Marines, and I'm going to start setting up some air units to go and defend these guys. And then at this point, it's just a matter of me throwing a non-stop Zerg-like amount of Marines at the AI, and that's about it.
Yes, sir.
I win.
Ready to roll out. Ready to roll out.
Literally, the only real scenario at which I lose is if somehow all of my units die. Either A, through overwhelming firepower, which I don't think the AI particularly has enough right now,
Add-on complete.
or through some kind of nuclear bombardment.
Move it.
POV, nuclear launch detected.
Delighted to, sir.
That'd be a very cruel joke if the game did that to me now. So cruel, in fact, I'm actually paranoid about it and going to make a fucking science vessel.
Yes, sir. Ready to roll out.
Oh,
Ready
wait,
to
no,
roll
no,
out.
no, no, no. Destroy that. Dial I do not want that there. I want that supply depot there. That way I can make supply or science. Science team. Hello, God.
Job finished. I
Add-on
read you.
complete.
Very good.
Roger that.
My influence grows, Gordon.
Yes, sir.
My influence grows.
Job finished. You want a piece of me, boy? Proceed. Piece of me, boy. You want a piece
I don't think I need to worry about much of anything. And actually, I just realized me building a science vessel was actually a pretty good idea because then I could expand the vision out here. Because siege tanks can actually shoot further out than what they see. So although they can only see a certain distance, technically, these boys can actually shoot out a little further. So me building this out here is actually a pretty good idea. Now all I need is a couple of these. That way I can go and defend the things properly.
Not enough minerals.
I want 3-3. No, what do you mean minion fuel? I want 3-3. Give me upgrade in weaponry and armor. But I also feel like going and fucking doing a stem pack, because the stem pack will go and boost these guys' damage and speed for a little bit. Don't hurt them, but worthy sacrifice. Worthy sacrifice. Alright, let's get more boys. Let's get all the boys on minerals. We've got a lot of boys on minerals. We need a never-ending amount of minerals.
Your
Oh,
forces
hello.
are under attack.
Get out of there. Run away. Very little that they can do about this. If they want to get into range, they have to go and start getting bombarded by me first. Look at that. Just like that, I lost maybe 2 siege tanks. Compared to the size of that attack, very good. Very, very good. Now should I wait for 3-3? I feel like I should just wait for 3-3. I should wait for the upgrade to finish, and then
Upgrade complete.
I need to be mean to the AI. I need to bully. I need to bully the AI.
Insufficient Vespine gas.
Jacked up and good to go. Ready to roll out. Orders, Captain? Yes, sir.
Outline complete.
Sir. Rate the waiting launch orders. Yes, sir. Moving.
Get
Absolutely.
it. Cram. Rob.
Orders, sir. Moving. Delighted to, sir. Reporting in. Back formation.
And I'm also gonna take a boy. Go over here. You 4. Sit over here for a hot second.
Ready to roll out. Reporting for duty. I can't build there. Standing by. Orders, Captain. Standing by.
Kill that boy.
Reporting in.
Fix him up.
Coordinates received.
Very good. The very good thing about Terran is the fact that you can fix things up to be mass. Like, you can do mass production, quick and easy defense, and
Destination.
very heavy tech. Very heavy mechanized defense. Because SUVs can repair that. The only way, well, Protoss can heal kind of with their shields, but alright. AI taking people's jobs and stuff. That's a double-edged sword. We're gonna go deep in here, boy. Right? So, it is a double-edged sword that is good and bad. So, on one hand, AI taking jobs is a good thing because technically the amount of population of people who can actually perform jobs is
Insufficient
lowering.
Vespine gas.
Primarily because of the fact that, look at it from this perspective, right? You've got the baby boomers who are 100% basically out of the job market. You've got the baby boomers' children who are basically virtually out of the job market. And then you've got, I believe it's just the millennials who are almost out of the job market. Not entirely. A fair amount of them are still in the job market. But they're getting out of the job market. The baby boomers was the largest of those populations. The baby boomers' children was the second largest, so on and so forth. the population is of people who are able to work versus the people who are unable to work based off of age or other circumstances, that being death, is lowering. So the amount of people who can actually go and perform jobs
Upgrade complete.
is dropping. So a lot of people are going to say, oh, there's a lot of young people who don't want to work. And you're not entirely wrong. You're not wrong. There are a lot of young people who don't want to work. But the big thing that people keep forgetting is the fact that there is a deficit of amount of people who can actually perform labor in the first place. The amount of people who can actually go around and perform jobs, do work and all that in the first place has lowered. And because of that, that is kind of part of the reason why there has been such a heavy push towards AI. Because in a way, technically we're running out of time before we get to a critical point where it's like, all right, well, we can't really maintain a lot of things anymore. And in more ways than one, AI is kind of being utilized in a okay way. I mean, you've got some people utilizing AI for questionable means, but like, you've got a lot of things that AI can really promote with. So it's in my opinion, it's a double-edged sword. It's good and bad because, again, you're going and having some people, not many, but some people lose jobs. But the people who are losing jobs are, quote-unquote, losing jobs in fields that we kind of need to lose people for, because we need to utilize people in other fields more. Again, no matter what, the biggest thing that we have going on right now is a deficit of people who are available to work. So even if all of the able-bodied young people were working, it still wouldn't be enough to go and fulfill the need of the amount of people who are leaving the workforce. Like, the amount of people leaving the workforce compared to the amount of people who could be in the workforce isn't going to be fulfilled. So it's part of the reason why we use AI to fulfill part of that.
Your forces are under attack.
Yeah. That's something for future humanity to have to deal with. For right now, it's whatever.
Your forces are under attack.
But yeah, that's my 2 cents in it, because like, AI is important, and in my opinion, although it can be utilized very, very maliciously, very easily, for a multitude of reasons, it, in my opinion, is important that we hold on to utilizing AI for as long as we can, because we do need it. We do need to utilize it. So, yeah. That's my 2 cents on that one. Who would have thought the non-economic guy is, like, speaking very wisely upon economics, while he poorly utilizes his massive amount of minerals and could be building more bunkers to build more units faster. Terrible.
You want a piece of me, boy? You want a piece of me, boy?
I'm gonna build 2 more wraiths. I think.
You want a piece of me, boy?
8 wraiths there is good enough to go and defend that position. And I've still got a bunch of fucking siege tanks. It's more than enough.
You want a piece of me, boy?
Well, however, move this guy back over here. Grab U4.
Right away, sir. Greetings, Command.
Fix him.
Headquarters.
Fix the bullet.
Greetings, Command. Excellent.
Very good.
Yes, sir.
Back to one.
Right away, sir. Receiving headquarters.
Go up into the front there.
Reporting in.
You fill in the gap.
Locked in. Commander, the waiting rock and roll. Standing by. Rock and roll. Job finished.
Spamming time. Technically, I could start spamming Goliaths if I wanted to. Goliaths are actually fairly cheap.
You want a piece of me, boy? You want
You know what? Why not? Why not spend Goliath? Goliath online.
Go ahead, Commander. Transmit coordinates. You want a piece of me, boy? You want a piece of me, boy? Coordinates. You want a piece of me, boy? Read the waiting launch
There we go.
orders. Standing by. Vector locked in. Commander.
Goliath online.
Why do I care about actually making sure I'm making like the correct amount to fulfill ranks? Just spam them out, puke them out for me. My buildings should be puking out units. Like visually puking out units. Why aren't you puking out units? Puke out units faster. Come on.
Let's move. You want a piece of me, boy? Rock and roll.
Goliath online. Goliath online.
You want a piece of me, boy? Jacked up and good to go. You want a piece of me, boy? You want a piece of me, boy? Standing by. Jacked up and good to go. Outstanding. Rock and roll.
This comes the part where I need to start squeezing as many into like all the different nooks and crannies. There it is. Supply depot block.
Additional supply depots
There it
required.
is. There it is, the Great Wall of Supply Depot. Continue.
Additional supply depots required.
You want a piece of me, boy? You want a piece of me,
Your
boy?
forces are under
Oh, hello.
attack.
Standing by. Jacked up and good to go. Give me something to shoot. Commander. You want a piece of me, boy? Outstanding.
Your forces are under attack.
Start sending out
Standing
the
by.
mountain.
Go, go, go. Commander. Outstanding.
Goliath online.
Jacked up and good to go.
Your forces are under attack.
Jacked up and good to go. Let's move. Go, go, go. Let's move. Outstanding. Let's move. Outstanding. Go, go,
Basically,
Your
in
forces
order
are under
for
attack.
games that I've played, I played the original Halo Combat Evolved pretty much when I was around 6, 7 years
Your
old,
forces are under
and I
attack.
started playing StarCraft around the same time. I know in order I started playing Halo first, so there's that.
Your forces are under attack.
I am thinking, you know what? Let's take on the primary base first. Primary hive cluster.
Your forces are under
Start
attack.
puke for me.
Goliath online.
Puke more buildings. But yes, I started playing Combat Evolved
Go ahead,
first.
TACOM.
Then I started
Acknowledge
playing
issue.
Your forces are under
StarCraft
attack.
pretty much around the same time. And then from there, I just slowly expanded my horizons. For a good while when I was in elementary school, I played a lot of just random online internet games. But
Your forces are under attack.
yeah, for the most part, my gaming horizon for the longest of time was pretty much around the same type of games that my dad played.
Your forces are under attack.
There wasn't a whole crazy amount of games that I played, but yep.
Your forces are under attack.
Standing by. Go, go, go.
I'm weakening them. They're
Reporting for duty.
Don't worry about it.
Give me something to shoot.
This is technically reaching the boiling point where, if I'm not being careful, technically I could lose.
Let's move.
Yes.
Commander, rock and
Your forces are under attack.
rock and roll. Let's move.
Watch this. Magic!
You want a piece of me, boy? Let's move.
Oh, he went invisible. Awesome. Alright, well, I'm gonna ignore him then.
Let's move.
Your forces are under attack. Complete.
Actually, no.
Complete.
Go, go, go. Let's move. Rock and roll.
Not fast.
Standing.
Kill him. Damn it, not fast.
Your forces are under attack.
Kill them. Very good.
Up and good to go. Let's move.
seconds away from going and doing a scan. Good thing I didn't, because that was a
Your
waste.
forces are under attack.
Continue building units. Continue building.
Go ahead, Commander.
This boy is very hurt. Yellow team is basically done.
Piece of me, boy.
Low.
Go, go, go. Rock and roll. Give me something to shoot.
Watch this. Magic.
Jacked up and good to go.
Rock.
And roll. Let's
Got
move.
revealed.
Goliath
Go,
online.
go, go. You want a piece of me, boy? Let's move. Go, go, go. Rock and roll. Standing by. Outstanding. Give me something to shoot. Rock and roll. You want a piece of me, boy? Outstanding. Give me something to shoot. Jacked up and good to go. Outstanding. Let's move.
Alright, let's check
Jacked
out
up and good to go. Rock and
everything
roll.
is clear.
Outstanding.
Hello.
Rock and roll.
You're not supposed to be over here.
Go, go,
You're supposed to
go.
be dead.
You want a piece of me,
Alright,
boy?
that's basically it, so we're just gonna bring all these boys over here.
Jacked up and good to go.
Never ending life.
Piece of me, boy.
People think Missouri is the worst. No.
You want a piece of me,
Correct.
boy?
Everything is the worst. You have access to resources.
Standing by. Let's move. Outstanding. Give me something to shoot. Outstanding. Rock and roll.
I don't really care if Yellow tries to rebuild over here. They really can't do a whole lot right now.
Your forces are under attack.
Send a mass exodus over.
Give me something to shoot.
Go ahead,
Want
Tower.
a piece of me, boy?
Comlink online.
You want a piece of me, boy? You want a piece of me,
Fun part.
boy? You want a piece of me,
Boom.
boy?
Start killing them.
Give me something to shoot.
Oh no, whatever will you do? I can heal you. It is funny how heavy the Terran AI always relies on invisible units.
You want a piece of me,
It is
boy?
relatively easy to go and counter.
Rock and
It's like they have a radar station or something.
let's move.
Instantly counter it.
Go, go, go. Let's move.
Your forces are under attack.
Target designated.
You want a piece of me, boy? Rock and roll.
Your forces are under attack.
Rock and roll. Go, go, go.
Do I like anime? Some. More specifically, I like the ones around the same kind of concept of Overlord and Reincarnated as a Slime, because those ones are like fancy. Oh, hey, you could actually do some interesting stuff with the whole. Hey, you're some kind of overpowered character. Overlord's starting to go that way, but Reincarnated as a Slime.
Channel open.
The most recent season's actually pretty good, but yeah,
Navcom
I'm interested in those ones. But for the most part, if I'm being honest, Chief, I like just watching standard YouTube videos, my guy. Like literally, I'll just watch old YouTube videos from eons ago, just going and reliving the past, blast from the past all the time. Yeah.
Channel open. Systems functional.
Your forces are under attack.
All right.
Comlink online.
All right. Go and wrap them up, boys. Wrap them up. Finish them up.
Destination. Heading back. Vector on me. Destination. Moving. Jacked
Your
up and
forces
good
are
to
under
go.
attack.
Standing by. Go, go, go. Standing by. Go, go, go.
Vsauce, kind of. I used to watch a fair amount of Vsauce, but not really. of stuff that I tend to watch nowadays. Here, let me go over here. Very interesting. Let me save that for a moment. Alright, very good. Alright, this is wrapping up, right?
Orders,
Very
sir!
good. Alright. So I enjoy watching a lot of different source filmmaker YouTubers, people who made source filmmaker films and whatnot like that. I enjoy watching old Yogscast videos. Let's see here, what else? A lot of the time just random ass content, but set up. Here, give me a second here while I go and try to set this up. Also, who's still alive?
Identify
The
target.
game was meant to be
Delighted
old
to,
school.
sir.
Online. Go ahead, TACOM.
Why are you not dead?
Yes, sir.
Why are you not
Absolutely.
dead? Kill him.
Identify target. Moving.
There we go. And mission. Very good. Very good. Very, very good. Right. Let's see here. So I'll take a second over here and start setting up a tab. Alright. This should suffice. Yeah, I'd say this is good. Alright. Boom. Content-wise, this is kind of the different YouTube channels that I enjoy. So we've got Carbot, we've got Brian, we've got Kurgamish, Frog, Rainbow Frog, Monkey, Soundsmith, or Soundsmith is not here, he does not exist, and then Sweeps. This basically kind of covers kind of the type of stuff I like to watch, typically falling within the field of random equals funny. That's kind of the kind of content I enjoy watching, but there's also a bunch of other YouTube videos that I enjoy watching as well, so yeah. But yeah, that's about it. Yeah. Really, I would say if you're looking, if you are looking for random content to watch on YouTube, my recommendation is find what interests you. So what kind of games, what kind of movies, TV shows, stuff like that. What interests you? What kind of topics interest you? And then just kind of go from there. Because YouTube, you've got a lot of people on YouTube, even small YouTubers, content creators, and whatnot, who make even the most nichest of things. And even though it might seem like they're small and they don't have a whole lot to offer, chances are they probably have something that you could probably enjoy. Like even my niche little ass channel. There's not a whole lot going on with it, but it's what about Mr. Beast? Kind of. I used to watch some of his older videos, but nowadays a lot of his videos, it kind of just feels like copy paste, easy content. And that's not to say that it isn't, because in a way it isn't, but I don't know. He kind of just feels 100% like a business now, not really as much of a try to be entertaining. And even the entertaining value that he does provide is more of towards children, and that's not a bad thing, but it kind of sucks that it wasn't like this giant overarching kind of thing, because he had a very wide overarching audience range, at least in my opinion. But he's doing his own thing now, and it's working out for him. So there's that. Yeah. I think that's the thing. Over time, YouTubers kind of either branch off into a different avenue and they lose part of their audience that way, or they change their formula in such because of their age or because of the new things that they're interested in and stuff like that. And it's just you either gain or lose them. It's back and forth. I mean, for me, I'm still subscribed to practically all of the YouTube channels that I enjoyed. I'm still subscribed to them, even a few that I don't like anymore, just because of the fact that they did provide me with content that I enjoyed. And even though I might not enjoy every single last one of them, I'm still subscribed to them, because they did still provide me with entertainment, and it's kind of the least that I can do on that front. But yeah, I think I'm probably gonna call it here, because we've been doing this for about almost 3 hours, and my jaw is starting to get sore, so I should probably go get some medicine and all that. Let's see here. But yeah, nonetheless, that's about it. Well, you're welcome for providing you with some form of entertainment for what it was, for what it's worth. Have a good day, my friend, and yeah, I'll be calling it here. So I'll probably actually make a proper YouTube video for not only for StarCraft, but the map editor or the level editor another time. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. Have a good day.